Okay, so we got Meek Mill explaining a Jay-Z story involving Drake today, and then we also got 6ix9ine and what he's facing and comparing it to another Fed case that is similar but also not similar. Okay, let's get into this. This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Hit that bell, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up button. Okay, well, let's start with something different. We got Meek Mill explaining that he once went on a double date with Beyonce, Jay-Z, and him and Nicki. And what happened was, this is around the time the Meek Mill Drake beef was going on. And actually, he reveals that Jay-Z he was playing some music and played back-to-back by accident while they were eating. Okay? I mean, he was like, I was with Nicki and shit, we going out, Hov and Beyonce would like, come out, eat with us. I'm from the hood. Hov and Beyonce come eat with us. I'm like, damn, about to go on a date with Hov and Beyonce right now. It's incredible. Then Hov got the playlist. He's clicking through. Back to back came on by mistake while we're at the table. I'm like, oh, what the hell? So it's like, and everybody was looking at him weird. But it's like, I don't know if I believe that story. You need good things to talk about when you're at these things. So, I think your publicist kind of like gasses up a story, but that is a good story if it did happen. Then let's break down 6ix9ine and what he's facing. A lot of people say, again, he's cooperating. Now, I'll relate this to Blue Da Vinci, who was, who people also accused of cooperating, but he explains sentencing, okay? So he said, it's not factual, okay? Reports on the websites. I've been hearing something about me cooperating with the government on something like that. That's definitely not true. He said what actually happened to me was sentenced from the guidelines of the criminal history category offense level by U.S. government. How that goes is basically they charged me with one count of conspiracy, which carries a mandatory minimum of 10 years in prison to life, okay? So then he said, when you don't have a criminal history, they give you a safety valve. Now, I don't know if 6ix9ine is considered to have a criminal history. Is that a criminal history? I don't think so, because Blue Da Vinci definitely was locked up like prior to this. I think they mean like hardcore criminal history. They give you a safety valve to go outside the guidelines for sentencing purposes. He said he was looking at 235 to 293 months to start off with. The government came up with the point scale, so they started me off at an offense of level 38. They charged me responsible for 150 kilos, which started my offense off at 38. Then they considered me not to be an orchestrator or a leader, so I got a minor role reduction, which took 4 points off the offense to 34. I was then issued a safety valve, another 2-point reduction, which took me to a level of 32, which is 121 to 151 months. I also got accepted. I also accepted for responsibility when I signed my plea, which took me down another 3 levels off, which took me to a 29, which was 87 to 109 months. Once they removed the gun charge, they got another 2 levels down to 27. So he said, so when I walked into the courtroom, I ended up with 70 to 87 months. And after further consideration, sentence was cut to 64 months with no cooperation. Okay, all he did was worked with the system and the point system. They seen Meek get 30, seen other people get 16s, 12s, and 8s and stuff like that, but most of those people have a criminal history. Then he said other people had prior gun charges, prior drug charges. I had a clean record. That's where I came off at. Besides being in entertainment, the judge took apart for herself, and that was that. He said, I don't intend on it. I don't intend on stopping at all. Fired. Da, da, da. So that's how it works. They take, and then so the judge also recommended me for drug program for me, so I get off weed. So they keep knocking you down. And then he said, I obviously didn't have to want that life. This is something that I chose for myself, which I reiterate, it was a mistake on my behalf. I just want to tell the fans, the kids, to stick to positivity. So they work on a point system. So they're going to work down, I know it's huge numbers to begin with. And then also Blue Da Vinci, when Big Meech is talking, he says, you know, they offer you these big numbers and you kind of have to kind of accept it and then go into, he gave a certain form you got to give in within a year to appeal that, because if you go to trial and you blow trial, they're giving you life, you know, so it's not worth going to trial. You always have to take some type of plea deal, you know. He breaks it down. But anyway, so if they're moving Tekashi over, he's probably, you know, working with this system, and he's gonna, you know, work shave points off and all this other stuff and not cooperate. But he will take his charges. You know, Blue Da Vinci's also detailed before that, you know, he took certain charges on because he didn't want his family member charged with certain things, you know, like a gun in a house or something, you know. So anyways, guys, Short Tower with JT News. Hit that thumbs up button. I'll check you guys on the next video. Peace.